You just can't seem to follow the rules.
She kept chasing me. That's it. And then she wanted to talk about calling the police and all that. She control thing she's trying to do. That's it.
I don't care what it is. You have got all of these charges.
I understand.
You just need to just stop blaming them.
Today's courtroom drama features Judge Simpson going head-to-head with a defendant who just can't seem to follow the rules, no matter how many chances he's been given. This guy's in court because he messed with his tether device and, unbelievably, met up with the same woman he's already been charged with domestic violence against. Judge Simpson doesn't hold back, and honestly, watching him lay into this guy is something else. If you're on bond or probation, ignoring your tether is basically an open invitation to jail, and yet here we are with excuses flying left and right. From the very start, the tension is thick. The defendant's attorney tries to explain away the new charges.
Carter. Thank you. Mr. Burgess.
And Your Honor, I believe he's been arraigned. Well, obviously he's been arraigned. The PE is scheduled for tomorrow morning. I believe.
On the one case, I have a new case, however.
I was unaware there were new charges, Judge. But I don't know if this court's prepared to arraign my client.
I am.
Okay.
And I don't know. You're going to stand in for the purposes of the arraignment.
I'll be filing an appearance, Your Honor. I was unaware, but the charge, I would have filed one already. So.
It's a charge of interfering with electronic communication device, the 2-year felony. And then also domestic violence, second offense, a 1-year misdemeanor.
Yes, Your Honor. As it relates to both those charges, waive any further reading of the warrant. Stand mute to both those charges.
Defendant having waived formal reading, standing mute. Court will enter a not guilty plea. I'll set a probable cause conference in that case for, I need a DV bond form, please. For November 14th, 2024 at 9 a.m. or as your invite indicates. As to bond in that case, you want to say?
Yes, Your Honor. Obviously, Mr. Carter's here on his own voluntarily this morning or this afternoon. And obviously the court knows his history of appearance in front of this court. Your Honor, he just got a new job. He was, unfortunately, he lost his other job due to this incident, but he just got a new job that he'll probably lose if he's in custody. Judge, it does appear that the complaining witness in both these cases is the same person who has actually reached out to me before, Your Honor's indicated her, I believe, unlikeliness of appearance in the case. I don't think she wants to proceed with the case, but that's my understanding anyway. People might have a different position, Judge, but she's reached out to me independently and indicated that she does not want to proceed with those charges. But be that as may, Your Honor, I don't believe my client's a flight risk, and he's still on what's that? He's still on a tether, Your Honor. He did post a significant bond in the last case. I understand these are new serious charges, Judge, but I'm asking the court to consider a nominal 10% bond, if not a personal bond in this case.
Claiming the victim doesn't want to proceed and arguing for a nominal bond, but the reality couldn't be more clear. The man literally ignored the court's orders. He wasn't just bending the rules, he was stomping all over them, almost daring the system to act. And now he's standing there looking baffled, as if the consequences are a surprise. Judge Simpson, however, is ready. He doesn't just scold. He dissects every excuse, every misstep, with precision. As the hearing unfolds, the police report makes it painfully clear. This isn't some misunderstanding. The defendant admitted to contacting the victim, breaking the very conditions he was ordered to follow. And his explanation? Classic blame shifting. She kept chasing me, he says, pretending he's the victim here. Judge Simpson's patience is palpable.
Anything from the people.
Your Honor, I have some advantage because I do have the police report for the newest case. Mr. Burgess does not, but I will indicate to the court a few things. First of all, this court arraigned defendant on not his newest felony that he was just arraigned on, but the one that's set for preliminary examination tomorrow on October 7th. At that time, the defendant was ordered not to have contact with the victim, Jennifer Matlock. The new date of offense for the newest case that we're here for today that the defendant is alleged to have committed is October the 20th. later. And I will tell the court after review of the police report, the person representing themselves to be the defendant did have contact with the police officer and admitted to having contact with the victim. Denied the assaultive behavior, but did admit to having contact with her. Now, because the police officer was speaking with the defendant face to face, I cannot say with absolute certainty that it was the defendant. However, the police officer did a very good job in their report of detailing how he came into contact with that person, that this person called him back, represented themselves to be the defendant, and said that he would turn himself in for the bond violation. I don't have a record that actually happened. So Your Honor, in any case, this is somebody that was on the scope of probation, on bond for a felony, and now has picked up another new felony. So I am asking the court to follow probation's recommendation, revoke the probation, and sentence the defendant to serve balance at this time. And in bond in this case, we're asking for $100,000 for the new felony.
Court will order as a condition of the bond that there's to be no possession of any alcohol, illegal drugs, or any recreational marijuana. Better, I'm not entirely sure what is going on with you in that regard. I ordered you on the 7th not to have contact with this person. And then lo and behold, we end up with this case occurring less than 2 weeks later. And tried to give you every benefit, and I understand there are only allegations, but try to give you the darn benefit of the doubt regarding everything, because of at least the way that you conducted yourself in regards, particularly regarding being a flight risk. But you just can't seem to follow the rules.
Your Honor, I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Judge. Judge, the incident on the 20th, based on conversations I've had with my client as well as the complainant in this case, the complainant approached my client, asked for a phone back he had purchased, but it was in her name, which he returned to her. That was the basis of the contact. That's our understanding of it, Judge. So I wouldn't. But
Right. But the thing is,
I know.
he needs to be turning around and running in another direction. He shouldn't even be having a conversation, shouldn't be doing anything
I agree.
whatsoever. I don't think it's at all unclear as to anything that this court has said to you regarding what you need to do. And you need to just follow the rules. I gave you a break the last time that you came in. Even after that, let you go. You can say whatever you want.
But stretched to its limits. He gives the man chance after chance, trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. But this is where the excuses stop being funny. Repeatedly violating a restraining order while on probation. That's not ignorance, that's recklessness. And then comes the kicker. The defendant tries to justify himself again, citing some story about returning a phone. But Judge Simpson isn't having it. You need to just stop blaming them, he says, cutting through the nonsense. The message is crystal clear. The law isn't optional, and no amount of excuses will change that. Every repeat offense chips away at any leniency the court might extend. This is what happens when someone refuses to learn from their mistakes, and Judge Simpson's about to make sure the consequences hit hard. Now things...
She put up on me. I was in the room playing my game, and she came in the room. And
Then you get up and leave.
tried to leave. She kept chasing me. That's it. And then she wanted to talk about calling the police and all that. She's chasing me. She's chasing me. She's chasing me. I hopped in my car, and that's when I pulled off.
Well, maybe that's all going to come out, Mr.
I understand.
Carter. Maybe that's all going to come out. I let you out the last time. Should have, of all rights, locked you up on that date. Didn't do it. Gave you the benefit of the doubt because of the time that you came back after you were inadvertently released by the jail. And then what happens? You get that other case set for exam. Then what ends up happening? I get here and you've got another case.
It's a control thing she's trying to do. That's it.
I don't care what it is. You have got all of these charges.
I understand.
And you're the one under the jurisdiction of the court. So however you got to figure it out, you need to figure it out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Defendant's bond on that case would be set in the amount of $100,000 cash surety. On his other matter, anything you want to say before I pose sentence on that case? I want to say, I tried my hardest. I tried my hardest to do right. I tried my hardest to stay away from women that want to see me in jail rather than see me elevate myself. So, I mean, I understand. I understand it. When I get out this situation this time, I'm gonna be by myself.
You know what you ought to do, Mr. Carter, and I don't mean to interrupt you. You have the right to allocute, but I'm just going to tell you something. You ought to quit blaming them. You just need to just stop blaming them and thinking that they're the ones that stop you from going anywhere. Because, young man, that is not the case.
Yes, sir.
You are smart enough. You can do whatever you want to do. You can stay away from whoever you want to stay away from. The problem is, quite frankly, you're just being stupid. You're just playing games. And this is what happens. You end up in jail on $100,000 cash bond, and you're about to go now.
I understand. I'll take full responsibility. I appreciate it.
Anything else you want to tell the court?
No, sir.
Judge, I don't know if it would have any impact on the court one way or the other, but I don't know if the court wants to wait to see the disposition of those cases, or if you're just going to follow the recommendation.
I'm not gonna wait. If there becomes a certain disposition regarding those cases, certainly I'll take that into consideration in modifying his sentence on the case, but I'm not gonna do that at this point in time. I keep giving him breaks, keep doing everything, and he keeps just coming back to this court, disappointing this court and ending up with more charges, just time and time and time again. And so in that respect, I'm done. I'm gonna revoke the defendant's probation. He is to complete the in-jail on farm program while he's incarcerated. I'm going to waive all remaining terms except the financial obligations on this case, discharge the defendant from probation without improvement. I will sentence the defendant to 365 days in jail, credit 162 days served. Defendant is to serve the balance.
Your Honor, the court ordered the Dawn Farm program. Probation also requested the DV program. So if you just requested DV, the court want the defendant to perform both or just one or the other?
I should have said in-jail DV program. Is what I meant to say. Thank you. Defendant's remanded.
Get intense. The defendant is standing there trying to spin the story like somehow he's innocent in all of this. She pulled up on me. She kept chasing me. The excuses keep coming, and you can almost hear the eye rolls through the courtroom walls. Judge Simpson, however, is having none of it. He's already given this man breaks. He's already tried to give him the benefit of the doubt. And yet here he is, repeating the exact same mistakes. It's like watching someone walk straight into a trap and then act surprised when it snaps shut. Judge Simpson doesn't mince words. He lays it out plain and simple. This man is under the court's jurisdiction. He has multiple charges stacking up. He is on probation, and yet he keeps violating the rules. This isn't some minor misstep. He literally met with the woman he's supposed to stay away from, all while on tether. The courtroom is tense, the air thick with frustration, and you can feel the judge's patience running thin. Every excuse the defendant throws out is shredded almost instantly. It's brutal, it's real, and it's exactly the kind of accountability that repeat offenders rarely face until it's too late. And then comes the fallout. Judge Simpson revokes the defendant's probation. No more chances, no more leniency. He's ordered to complete an in-jail program, and all remaining terms of probation are waived, except for financial obligations because the law still has to be enforced. A $100,000 cash bond is set, and the man is about to face the consequences he so blatantly ignored. You can't help but feel a mix of shock and satisfaction watching this unfold. It's a harsh lesson, yes, but it's exactly what happens when someone refuses to respect the law. By the end of this hearing, it's crystal clear. The defendant wasn't just unlucky, he brought this on himself. Every warning, every opportunity to follow the rules was thrown aside, and now he's paying the price. Judge Simpson's frustration isn't just theater. It's a window into how the justice system deals with repeat offenders who refuse to learn. Watching this, you get a real sense of the tension, the stakes, and the very human consequences of ignoring the law. The message? Actions have consequences, and the courtroom isn't a place for excuses. It's a place where accountability is enforced, whether you like it or not. By the time this hearing wraps up, the takeaway couldn't be clearer. Repeat offenders who think they can outsmart the system are in for a rude awakening. This defendant didn't just make a mistake. He doubled down on it, ignored multiple court orders, and essentially dared the law to catch him. And catch him it did. Judge Simpson's handling of this case isn't just about punishment. It's about sending a message to anyone watching that the courtroom isn't a game. Every excuse, every attempt to shift blame falls flat in the face of reality. Watching Judge Simpson, you can feel his exasperation, and honestly, it's satisfying. He doesn't sugarcoat it, he doesn't play nice, and he doesn't let repeat offenders weasel their way out. He calmly, methodically, and firmly dismantles every excuse the defendant throws up. And by the end, it's almost painful to watch the realization hit the man. He's fully responsible for landing himself in this mess. There's no blaming the victim, no "it's not my fault" defense, just the cold, hard truth that he's facing serious consequences because he chose to ignore the law. And let's be real, this is exactly why following court orders matters. The system gives warnings, chances, and even benefits of the doubt. But when someone consistently refuses to comply, it becomes unavoidable. Jail is the outcome. The defendant now faces a $100,000 cash bond, in-jail programming, and a hefty reality check. The courtroom serves as a stark reminder to everyone watching. Accountability is not optional. Judge Simpson's frustration is palpable. But it's also earned. He's seen the pattern. He's warned the defendant repeatedly. And now the consequences are unavoidable. So as we wrap this one up, the lesson is simple. Don't test the system. Don't ignore orders. Don't let excuses run your life. Judge Simpson made it clear that repeated bad decisions have serious consequences. And in this case, those consequences are very real. For viewers, it's a wild, eye-opening look into the justice system, and a reminder that sometimes the law doesn't just knock at your door, it drags you to it.